Okay, in this video I just want to take a look at consumer rights and defective products. Basically, there are three areas or three ways of approaching a remedy or relief for you if you have suffered from having or purchased a defective product. The first port of call might be to use statute, i.e. the Defective Products Act of 1991. This is a piece of legislation which is on the statute books. It provides for strict liability for a defective product. That means that you do not have to show negligence on behalf of a seller, a retailer or a manufacturer. All you have to show is damage, and that the damage was essentially caused by the defective product. So if you had maybe a toaster or maybe a heater or something like that which melted, for example, and caused damage in your kitchen or in your living room or in your apartment, then it's pretty straightforward. It's a strict liability case, and you can bring a claim against the retailer or against the manufacturer or against the supplier. It's quite broad. It's a very good act from the point of view of the consumer, and it has a statute of limitations period of 3 years. That means you can bring a claim for damage which has come to your attention or has popped up within the last 3 years. That's the first cause of action or first method by which you're going to get some relief, and that's in the Defective Products Act of 1991. The second broad method by which you will have a cause of action, and you might plead both statute and negligence, the second broad category of relief or remedy for you would be to bring a claim in negligence. Negligence is a civil wrong. Essentially, you must show that the person from whom you bought the product or gave you the product had a duty of care towards you, that they failed to meet that duty or standard of care, that the product that they gave you caused damage to you, and that you've suffered loss as a result. So essentially you're going to prove that the retailer or the manufacturer was negligent. So that's the civil wrong aspect of it. The third broad relief for you may be simply to bring a claim against the retailer under the Sale of Goods and Supply of Services Act of 1980. This covers retailers and service providers providing a service or providing a product to a consumer, and there are certain implied terms in the contract between you and the supplier, the shopkeeper, the retailer, and there are certain express terms set out in the Sale of Goods and Supply of Services Act of 1980. Now, if you have a defective product, you may well commence legal proceedings in the district court or in the circuit court or in the high court or wherever, depending on the amount of damage caused to you or your property. And you may well plead all three. In other words, breach of contract, breach of statute, i.e. the Sale of Goods and Supply of Services Act of 1980, breach of the Defective Products Act of 1991, and you may claim under the heading of negligence. So they are the broad categories by which you as a consumer can seek to get relief or remedy for a defective product in Ireland. The National Consumers Agency is probably a very, very useful website to check out as well if you have suffered damage as a result of a defective product. I hope you find this useful. I'm Terry Gorry, I'm a solicitor in Enfield. If you find the video useful, you might give it a thumbs up down below, and feel free to subscribe to my YouTube channel. I was just editing the video there now, this video about defective products and so on, and it just struck me that I may have left a bit of confusion insofar as there are three broad areas by which you can seek a remedy or seek relief for defective product. There is negligence, that's common law cause of action. There is statute, and I dealt with the Defective Products Act of 1991 and the Sale of Goods Act of 1980 and other sale of goods legislation. But those two pieces of legislation clearly come under the heading of statute. The third broad category of relief or remedy for your cause of action is breach of contract. I'm not sure that I actually made that quite clear in the video, so I'm just adding this bit on at the end now, having looked at the video whilst I was editing it. So negligence, breach of statute, i.e. Defective Products Act 1991 and Sale of Goods Act 1980, and breach of contract. Those are the three broad areas that you would be looking to plead in your pleadings when you're bringing a claim in the District Court, Circuit Court, High Court or wherever for defective product. I hope this clarifies it for you.